I want to be exactly where you want me to be. I want to be deeply rooted and deeply planted on where I'm supposed to be in this season of my life.
I know it's been a little while, but I gotta let them know. Yeah. If you ever been down, opportunity to grow. Yeah. I know you having trouble understanding it. If you trust in God, he got his hands in it.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Ajane, for those who don't know me, and I post all faith, beauty, fashion, lifestyle videos, and it is the Holy Girls Gang. Okay, so without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that thumbnail notification. So you can stay up to date whenever I post any new video. As you guys kind of already seen from the title, we're kind of doing another Ready With Me Bible study edition. So we're gonna kind of make this a little quick because I am on a time crunch. Okay, I did kind of get some new stuff, sort of, not really. Only one new product that I've gotten since the last time I done did this. Okay, I like to read my little devotionals in here, so let's see what the 16th says, and we'll just kind of start talking about what it's saying. So it says, I'm calling you to a life of thankfulness. I want all your moments to be punctuated with thanksgiving. The basis for your gratitude is my sovereignty. I cannot pronounce that, y'all. I am the creator and the controller of the universe. Heaven and earth are filled with my glorious presence. You criticize or complain, you are acting as if you think you could run the world better than I do. From your limited human perspective, it may look as if I'm mismanaging things, but you don't know what I know or see. If I pulled back the curtain to allow you to view heavenly realms, you would understand much more. However, I have designed you to live by faith, not by sight. I lovingly shield you from knowing the future or seeing into the spirit world. Acknowledge my sovereignty by giving thanks in all circumstances. Ooh, so good, so good. So that is kind of like what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about thankfulness, okay, while we are getting this makeup ready. Okay, I have a lot to do today, you guys. So normally on my days off, I don't really normally wear makeup, but since I'm kind of doing a little bit today, I will be wearing makeup. So I am going in with my Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. This is the transfer and waterproof, and I wear the 150 natural. I just recently went ahead and stocked up the other day. Super excited about that. We got some fresh new makeup products. But yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and kind of get into some thankfulness. Let's talk about, I really want to talk about how hard sometimes being thankful, or how we kind of take that, like how we just kind of look over thankfulness, to be honest. Like, I know for me, I really like to focus a lot on like what I don't have, what I'm lacking. I notice that I do constantly focus on what I lack versus what I have. And God really wants to switch our perspective from always focusing on what we don't have versus on what we do have, and also speaking things into existence for what's to come, for what God has promised us. You know what I'm saying? So I have to really remind myself, like, okay, Ajane, I need to sometimes slow myself down. Like when I notice like I'm just doing too much worrying, too much overthinking, not giving God enough praise, not giving God enough thanks, I have to like literally sit myself down and slow myself down and be like, girl, what has God been doing for you lately? Where has God been showing up in your life currently in this season? Recently, as y'all have seen from my last video, I've recently moved, and that has been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Ever since I moved into my last apartment, my plan was to stay there for a year and hopefully be able to move somewhere else. But I was like, you know what? It just wasn't the right time yet. It wasn't time for me to move just yet. So I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll rock it out another 6 months. We'll rock it out another 6 months. But I constantly just kept focusing and comparing myself to what I didn't have, comparing myself to other people who had, you know, lifestyles that I always dreamed about and stuff like that. And I questioned God, like, God, how come, you know, they have this and I don't have that? Like, am I not worthy of these things? You know, like, it's so easy to just get caught up on social media and what everybody else is doing, what everybody else has, and we stop and we start to neglect our own life and what we have and why we should be thankful for what we do have. So God has really just been showing me, like, I need you to learn to praise me in all circumstances. Praise me when you're with little, and praise me even when you have a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy to just get so caught up in what we don't have. And the part where he says, when you criticize or complain, you are acting as if you think you could run the world better than I do. Sometimes we be thinking we know better than God. Like, God, I hear you, but this is what I had in mind. God, I understand where you're coming from. That's cool and all, but this is what I had in mind. And then we just go do it. Like, we don't even still try to consult with God about it. We just be getting up and we be ready to go. Like, we be ready to, like, we just be like some go-getters sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with like being a go-getter, but if you're not being a go-getter for God and what he's calling you to do specifically, it doesn't even matter. Because now you're just acting out of rebellion and disobedience. You know what I'm saying? We have to like really stop thinking that we know what's best for us, because we don't. We really don't. If God thought we knew what's best for us, he'd let us have everything that we wanted. But we don't have everything we want because we don't know what's best for us. Half of the things that we be asking God for isn't even what's best for us. And sometimes we don't realize that until, you know, further along we get in our faith with God and our relationship, and he just starts to change our desires, our cravings. And then finally we kind of start to see like, wow, I really did not need all that stuff that I was praying for. All the things that I thought I wanted, I really don't need that. I really don't crave that anymore. It's not a priority. You know, I pray a lot like, God, show me what my priority is this season. Show me what my main focus is this season, because I want to be exactly where you want me to be. I want to be deeply rooted and deeply planted on where I'm supposed to be in this season of my life. Not thinking that I know what's best, not thinking that I have it all together and I can do things without you, but I can't. Like, I literally need you in my life, Jesus. So take it away. I'm following your lead. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we need to be. We just have to trust God. We have to literally surrender. It's not about doing more. It's not about trying to figure it all out on your own. It's not about any of that. It's about surrendering more and letting Jesus guide you into where he wants you to be. I don't want to say it's simple because it's not always easy to grasp and understand right away. It took me some years. Like, right after I kind of dedicated my life, I didn't still quite understand everything right in that moment. And even when Jesus was on earth and he had his disciples, he said, y'all still don't understand everything. I still can't kind of really tell you everything because y'all still won't get it yet. It's not time to release all this information to you just yet, because you're not gonna get it. Our growth, our spiritual journey takes time. Ooh, baby, it's getting very, very, very beautiful. Baby, I'm going off all natural light, okay? I don't have any lighting in the background. This is all natural lighting. So I'm hoping you guys are able to see what's going on here, because it's giving for sure. Oh, did I show you guys? This is what I was using for my contour. Not contour, but concealer, by the way. This is by Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito, and I use the shade Medium Natural. So that's what I just got done using. Now I'm going in the e.l.f. Hollow Beauty Wand Contour. This is the Tan Deep Bronze Intense right there. That is the one that I use. Ever since that I have switched over to cream contour, I've just been loving it. So second part is where God is saying, it says, from your limited human perspective, it may look as if I'm mismanaging things, but you don't know what I know or see. If I pull back the curtain to allow you to build heavenly realms, you would understand much more. Okay, I don't know if any of you have ever, God has shown you some spiritual things yet, because sometimes we just don't get it until we start spiritually seeing some things, okay? Like, and sometimes nowadays the enemy isn't even hiding behind the spiritual realm these days. Like, he is full-blown just making a fool of himself in public. So you just see the evilness just going on right in our faces nowadays. It's not hidden anymore. I don't know. I'm not the best with like putting other words together, but it's just like it's just out there these days. Like, he's not trying to hide it anymore. We just have to trust God and really have confidence that God does not sleep. He just does not sleep. Like, we be thinking that God is asleep. I'm just curious because it feels like you're not moving on my behalf, and that's completely wrong. God is always doing something behind the scenes. We got to get that through our head. God is always doing something, period. He's always doing something. He never sleeps. And I know sometimes it doesn't seem like that. It doesn't always feel like God is working, because it's like, okay, God, why am I going through this? But we have to stop having a woe is me moment. We have to be like, okay, God, what are you wanting me to learn right now in this season? what is the season about? Because I don't want to miss this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just watching a sermon the other day where she was like, are we just only supposed to enjoy the good blessings that God brings us, or are we not supposed to enjoy the bad? And I know it's kind of like, okay, enjoy the bad. How do you enjoy the bad? Well, God does want us to learn how to be steadfast, meaning always being the same, whether we are in good situations or whether we are in bad situations. The last thing you want to be is that type of person that's like, oh yeah, trust God, do. He's got you. He's a healer. He's a redeemer. He's for you and not against you. And then as soon as you get slapped with something small or something big, then it's like, oh, God's not for me. God is not a healer. God is not a redeemer. Then people are like, okay, but you was just telling me that, and now that you're going through something, you don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Like, we have to be steadfast regardless of what we're going through. We have to stay the same. We have to be still singing praises even when we are in the midst of the valley, in the midst of the wilderness. We still have to be like, nope, God is good. Nope, I'm gonna be on the other side of this. Nope, God is showing me that he is for me and not against me. So no matter what I go through, I am going to become a conqueror. I am going to be a conqueror. I am more than a conqueror. I am not alone, and anything you do go through that is traumatizing, whatever it is, friends leaving you, people lying on your name, people mistreating you, people, you know, like things not working out in your favor, just know that God is going to turn any bad thing out for your good. Whatever was meant to destroy you is going to work out for your good. Okay, so I just did my blush. Not my blush, I just did my contour. I just want to make sure that it's blended out because sometimes I don't be blending this out all the way. I have a therapy session at 2 o'clock and I gotta make sure I am on time. Next, I'm going in with my blush. This is what I did recently get. This is by Essence. It's called The Blush. And I'm not sure exactly. I really love this blush, girl. This blush was only $3.99. So I just boop, dust the rest of it off. And then I pucker up like this. And then I just kind of blend it in with my contour. So beautiful. Yes. Yes, honey, yes. That is so, you gotta stop. Blush just does it for me. It just does. Cause y'all, after I do my blush, this is kind of it. So we're kind of wrapping it up. So now moving on next, God says, I have designed you to live by faith, not by sight. I lovingly shield you from knowing the future or seeing into the spirit realm. Acknowledge my sovereignty. I still feel like I'm saying that wrong. By giving thanks in all circumstances. You are designed to live by faith and not by sight. Like that, I hope that just literally just kind of gives some confirmation for some people who just like, well, I just can't believe in a God that I don't see. Well, guess what, baby? You breathe air, but you can't see the air. Now the air is all around us. Can you see it? Can you feel it? But you breathe it. You know it's there. I love that example. That's a good one. Remind yourself that you are meant to live by faith and not by sight. You have to trust God regardless. It is hard to please God without faith. If you have no faith, how is God able to move on your behalf if you have no faith? Zero. At least have a faith the size of a mustard seed. A mustard seed, God can move with a mustard seed. But guess what? We don't want our faith to stay the size of a mustard seed. The more you grow with the Lord, the larger your faith should be increasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should never just stay the same. Okay, I'm missing some steps actually. Okay, so typically after I do my concealer, I normally go in with powder and kind of just like, you know, I don't know what it's called, but I normally use the Wet n Wild translucent, and this is the Photo Focus. So there's already some powder in here. I don't want to get all over the floor, but I normally just kind of just blot the rest. And I feel like it also brings out the highlight. Let me know. I would love to know what season you guys are currently in, if you guys feel comfortable to share. Like, what season does the Lord have you in? What have you learned in this current season? Typically I normally like add some cut crease, but I think I'm good. Doing my brows and then highlighter. This is basically like a lip liner, but I've been using this as a brow pencil and it has been doing me justice. And it has been lasting me a long time and I love that. And this was only for $1. I kind of want to like talk a little bit about what I have been learning in my current season. I've definitely been learning to trust God so much more with like just everything, but specifically like my finances for sure, and just like providing for me. God has literally, ever since like I have just surrendered like relationships. And yeah, ever since I have surrendered certain relationships, surrendered certain mindsets, God has literally been like really showing me like, I got you. And I have been worrying less than how I normally worry. I haven't fully got to the point where I just don't worry whatsoever. I'm still a work in progress, but I'm like not worrying as much as I used to, because I've been seeing God really show up in my life in ways that I haven't seen, and it really has been a blessing. Like I said, like I've been praying to be living in, to move out and to be living on my own again for quite some time. And now I'm here doing that. It's an answered prayer. Like I remember writing back in my prayer list saying like, God, I want to move. This is what I want in my apartment. Like I literally went and looked back and I was like, wow, like God literally answered that prayer for me. And I'm sitting in it. And I didn't even know how I was going to be here. Like it's crazy how like God is so intentional. He really is. And it's the smallest details that he even cares about. Like he's not always in the big things, but he's also in the small details. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really slowing down and seeing him in the small details. Like I literally be having to slow myself down because it's so easy to get stuck in your routine, get stuck in the fast life, and everything just needs to be now. I need this done now. I need to do this now. I need to move on to the next to-do list. Like I constantly catch myself like just jumping task to task to task, when I just need to slow down and just like sit and be like, wow, God, thank you. Like sit outside on my patio or on my balcony and just be like looking at the trees, looking at the clouds, looking at the cars, looking at the grass, looking at people just walking by, looking at the sunshine, and just really just being like, wow. Like really having literally having like present mindful moments. Like, are you hearing what I'm saying? It's just like, is this making sense? Like slow down sometimes. Like slow down. Like sometimes you just gotta slow down and find something to be grateful for. And really try to see God, because God is everywhere, literally. And we have the ability to see him in everything if we are just willing to slow down and wait and just look. Like God be blessing us every single day, like I said, with the small things, and we don't even realize it. We be just so focused on seeing the big miraculous miracles, and don't get me wrong, God is always doing big miracles still to this day, but we need to be able to see him even in small things, in the smallest details of our life. You know what I'm saying? People, like, you just like ask God, like, God, help me to see you in the smallest details of my life. Help me to see you in the little things and not just the big things, and help me to just be more thankful. I had to really work on my prayers, because my prayers were starting to get very simple and just not life-changing. Like they were like, oh God, you know, praying for my meal, praying for my breakfast, may I have a good day today, protect me, my comings and goings, which is great. But it's like, I had to learn how to start praying some bold prayers. Some serious bold prayers, like, Lord, show me the areas in my life that are not like you. Okay, y'all, so my camera keep dying, so I have to hurry up and come put it on the charger. Lastly, the last thing I went ahead and did was add some, I added some of my highlighter. This is the Supreme Frost Diamond Wet. Such a beautiful color. And now I am throwing on some mascara. This is by Wet n Wild Mega Volume Waterproof. I have just been really wearing just my natural lashes lately. Like I have not been wearing extensions for a little while. It's been a little bit. So I just been kind of rocking the natural look today. But yeah, I'm really trying to grow out my natural lashes, so that way I can actually just wear just my natural lashes. Last but not least, I'm wearing some of this Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss with vitamin E. This is by Revolution, baby. This is kind of reminds me of like the Rihanna dupe. Well, not the Rihanna dupe, but this reminds me of Rihanna's lip gloss. But I love the pout balm. Like, oh my god, it's just the perfect kind of sticky that I need. And you have my lips look super nice and plump. Like, I be trying to do like the whole different lip combos, but I can never find a lip combo that just works for me. It just don't be working for me. My hat's so dirty, y'all. But okay, you guys, this is my final look. I'm wearing a hat today. You guys probably can't really tell, but very simple, very natural, very just simple. That's the kind of look that I go for. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me Bible study edition. I really like doing them. Let me know if you guys want more of them, because I just kind of enjoy like talking about Jesus and just kind of just growing our faith with Jesus and getting ready for the day. Okay, but I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on my next one. Bye.